Now, let's go to relative dates, filtering by relative dates, which is actually one of the most popular ways to filter by date. So let's do the same thing. We move invoice date into the filter shelf, and now we choose relative date. What is the difference between, absolute and relative dates? Well, relative dates will filter your report based on a time bucket comparing to today's date. So for instance, right now, if I choose year in this, line of options, and I choose this year, and I click apply, now this will always show this year. Let me click OK here and add our show quick filter. So this will always show this year. Or, if I choose previous year, this will always be previous year. So if I'm in 2016, this would show 2015. This is very helpful because people are often looking at reports this month or last month, this quarter, this year to date, last year to date. So using relative dates is very helpful because it moves along with today's date. And as you can tell, you can choose the kind of the time bucket. So if I say the previous quarter in this example is 2014 Q4. If I choose the last 3 quarters, would be current quarter and the last 2 quarters. So very easy to use, very intuitive. Once you set it up, if other users have the ability to change filters, they can quickly look at this and see and choose a different option and narrow down the report. Now, one thing we like to tell people when you're building reports using filters, especially for dates, well, actually for any kind of, dimension, be sure to try to make the report informative to what you're looking at. Let's say, right now, I'm filtering this report by quarter, and I'm showing the last 3 quarters. And if I look at this report, it's pretty obvious what I'm doing. I have last 3 quarters, and I see the data right here exactly as it is. But what if I collapse all information and just show year? So this report is showing only information for the last 3 quarters. So in 2015 is only 1 quarter. In 2014 is the last 2 quarters. But if I don't explicitly show this to my users and they don't pay attention, they may get confused. They may be thinking this is 2014 versus the 2015 sales, which actually it's not. So usually if you put some kind of indication like this, now it's more consistent, it's 3 quarters, and I can see the 3 quarters here. So when you're building reports and queries, pay attention to make the report obvious. Whatever you're applying as far as filters, that people can see the filter, can see the data, and make sense what they're looking at.